Hello, hello. I think we're live, but I'm just going to double check. Facebook always takes a little minute. So we just give it a wee second. There we go. Let me just drop in everyday live. Come say hi. Alrighty. Let me just let that go, and then I am going to pop my phone up here. If you are watching the replay, probably skip ahead a couple of minutes until we get properly started. If you're here live, then you can let me know that you are. So I'm just going to pop this up. Hello, Karen. Nice to see you. It's good stuff that I can actually see some comments. This is good. Technology is playing ball. Where am I going to put this? I need to put this somewhere where I can see it. I'll leave it here. So hey, Natalie. So yay. We're here, we're getting started. It's all good. So I'm just going to let everybody get settled in as we go. It's good that I can see comments, I think, which is all fabulous. So I can see Karen's here, Natalie's here. Hey, Lisa. I can see Leslie's watching with us. If you are watching live, drop me a wee hello. Let me know where you are in the world. What's brought you here? What's the crack? What's happening today? How's your Sunday been? How's life? We're just going to settle in. Hey, Anne. It's been so nice to read your introductions. Not everybody has introduced themselves so far, so don't forget to do that. It's really important. This week is all about you. It's all about you guys making connections with each other. It's about you telling people who you are, and let's make this great. Okay, so that's the crack. Hello, Linda. Hey, Alison. Oh, look, there's loads of you. Hi, Denise. Alison's here, and Marie's here. Leslie's here. So it's all good. It's nice to see you all. It's really, really good. Hey, Josie. How's life? So I'm just asking everybody just to say hi. Let me know where you're coming from. Let me know how your day has been. Let me know how the energy has been. So Anne, you're tuning in from Cornwall. You've had a productive day, been fine tuning your website. Oh, it's productive for a Sunday. I was out for lunch today with my partner and her son for his birthday. It's his birthday next week, but on his birthday he's going out to he's a big Lady Gaga fan, and he's going out to a big Lady Gaga event that's actually on his birthday. So we took him out for lunch today. So it's all good. Hello, hello. Hey, Trish. You're really excited. That's good. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it that so many of you are here live. It's always really nice to be able to actually speak to you. So if you see me looking down, it's because on the screen, even though it says there's comments, I can't see them on my screen. I can see them on my phone. So I have my phone here. I'll maybe set it. I wonder could I set it there? If you hear a crash, bang, wallop, it's my phone falling down. Welcome to the crazy world, and ignore my roots. Getting my hair done next week. So, hey, Lisa, you're from Kent. Hey, Wendy. It's so, so lovely to have you all here. It's so, so good. So, what I want to know, so if you're here live, you can drop this in the comments. If you're watching the replay, you can also when you catch this up, do me a wee hashtag replay and let me know that you're here. So are you jealous, Karen? You love Lady Gaga. It's not her herself. It's a Lady Gaga event, some dress up thing. He's got some whole costume planned. I'll show you the photos when we get them. But anyway, if you're here live, what I would love you to do, and if you're watching the replay, leave me a hashtag replay and do this too, is let me know what does being untamed and unstoppable mean to you? Okay, because this event is called Untamed and Unstoppable. And I'd love to know what that phrase means to you. What, even if it's one word or a couple of words, what's it mean? Yeah. While you're doing that, I just want to give you a giggle. I shuffled pulled a card before tonight's event to see what sort of energy we were going to have in the group tonight. I actually laughed out loud when it came out. I got the She-Wolf card from the Angels and Ancestors deck. Unleash the Wild Within. Could there be a more appropriate card? Hey, Susan, all the way from Maine, USA. I love it. I love that. Anne Marie had a beautiful lunch for your sisters. Yes, you were out in the merchant. I saw that. What a powerful card to get for our energy tonight. So I don't know. I have had the feeling when I started to put this event together, I really, really got the feeling that it was going to be something special and there was going to be fieriness about it, but in a good way, like a passionate way, that people were really going to step into their power and be confident. Lisa says, I need to stop being untamed. Absolutely not. I actually joked today. I said, I turned 50 at Christmas there, and I was like, do you know what? I've become feral at 50 and I'm here for it as I get older. I'm so here for it. Get more and more feral as I get older, and it's like yes. So this she will unleash the wild within. It's such a powerful card, isn't it? It's such a powerful thing for us to look at. So I'm going to see if I can see comments here because if I can see them here, it's even better. So let me see. Oh, I can. That's good. Let me see. So Susan's from man. Linda says powerful. Lisa, I need to stop. No, you don't need to ever stop. Please don't. Freedom for you, Natalie. Confident and more comfortable in my own skin, says Susan. Freedom, says Trish. Anne says, for me, untamed and unstoppable means not holding myself back, stretching my comfort zone, being free to be me. Natalie loves the card, being daring, willing to do something that I've always wanted to do. Love it. You 50 as well. Listen, I love it. So let's not stop being. Let's just be feral. Feral at 50, I think is the new, the new phrase. Your spirit animal's the wolf, well then you're definitely in the right place. Yeah. Hey Elaine. Let me see. Wendy says, to step into oh contact comments are moving fast. I'll look over here. Let me see. Wendy says to step into myself, power and the truth of who I am. I love that. Did I miss anybody? Karen says roads are so close to my heart. You're the dog whisperer, as far as I'm concerned. So yes, that makes sense. Um, let me see. Perfect card, says Wendy. Being in your power, says Leslie. Proud to be you. Absolutely. Freedom. Yes. So really potent energy, right? And this is why I love the cards for a start. This is why I love all this sort of, this is what we're here to be untamed. We're here to be unstoppable. You're here to find your freedom, to remember who you are, yeah, to really step into that. So whenever this card jumped out of the deck as I was getting ready for the live session tonight, and it said she will unleash the wild within, I literally just laughed and I thought this is perfect. Hey, Ellen. So it's just sets the tone, right? Sets the tone. Because I was reflecting earlier on today about why I think this work is so important, and you can let me know what really drove you to be here. Like what made you actually sign up? You can let me know in the comments because sometimes I think world events right now are kind of chaotic, right? There's a lot of stuff, right? There's a lot of negativity, there's a lot of fear, there's a lot of unsettled energy in world politics, in world events, in our planet at large. But there's also then this cosmic energy happening at the moment. We've just entered eclipse season. Who has found themselves hugely unsettled over the last couple of weeks as this energy shifts in? The Schumann resonance has been off the scale. We are moving into eclipse season. We have got Venus moved into retrograde just yesterday. We have got the couple of eclipses coming up. We have got a Mercury retrograde coming up. We have got the equinox coming up. There's just so much coming in the next 6 weeks. And I thought, better time to run this event than right now, this first week of the eclipse season, because this week's going to be all about you reclaiming your power. Ties into what we want to do. The eclipses come along twice a year, yeah, and they come along and they ask us to clear out the clutter, clear out what doesn't work for us, and to pull back our own power. And I thought, well, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. So Elaine says, I need a push in the right direction. Good, you're here. I will happily give you a wee push. And yes, you were so unsettled, Natalie. It's powerful, giving you lots of energy. It is, it's potent. Um, what made you sign up, Anne, was that you wanted to do this for yourself. You wanted to strengthen your self trust and your self belief because you know you have so much to offer and stop holding yourself back. And absolutely, absolutely. Anne is a fantastic Reiki healer with animals, and there's no need for you to hold yourself back, Anne, because you're amazing. Um, Denise, you have more within yourself but have been feeling unsettled. Hey, Caroline, lovely, you made it. So that's the crack. That's why I sort of thought, with everything going on in the world, it's really easy to be disconnected. It's really easy to feel fearful. It's really easy to start to shrink and to start to pull ourselves back. But as this card just jumped out to remind us of our energy tonight for tonight's session, is that we've got to unleash that wild within. We have got to stop playing small. Don't worry, Caroline, we're only started. All we've done, Caroline, all you've missed is me pulling this card that came out as I was getting ready for tonight. And I was just talking about the fact that the energetics play into this. So that's all. And I've just asked everybody what being untamed and unstoppable means to them. So Trish says, I need to step forward and believe in me. And you've been feeling very unsettled, Josie, just to be me. Absolutely. Because how often do we play small? How often do we pull back our energy? How often do we shrink and we don't want to rock the boat and we don't want to, we don't want to upset the apple cart? And then it's like, do you know what? Why not? Right? Why not? This is not a dress rehearsal, so we're here, right? We're here. You guys are here for this week. I am so, so grateful. So thank you all for signing up for a start. I do not take this lightly that you're giving me your time because time's precious. So I want to be of absolute value to you this week. Please use this week to pick my brains, to ask questions, to connect with each other, to build a real network of support around you as you remember who you are. That's okay. Lisa, you pressed something and got lost. You're back. You need confidence. It's all right. It's okay. Do you know the secret of confidence? It comes from taking a little bit of action. You've already started by taking action to come in here. So I'm loving that. Loving that for you. So tonight is all about setting the stage for a powerful week together. We have got this whole week together. Okay, I will be live in this group every single night at 7 o'clock, and every day there's a little task for you to do. If you do the tasks, great. If you don't, that's okay. You just do whatever works for you along the way. Carolyn says community support, accountability, wanting to find focus and really think about your goals and what next. Nice. Leslie can feel overwhelmed at times, needs to strengthen her self belief. Awesome. So you're all in the right place, okay? Because this week and tonight in particular is about setting the stage. As we go through this week, we have lots of different things. I have a little theme for each day, but essentially you are going to end the week with a powerful manifesto for yourself. Whether you choose to keep working with me or not, whether you decide to go off on your own and do it, that's no problem. But I hope you stay and you come and work with us and we do this together because it works so much better when you've got support. But it's about you having this powerful manifesto for you, and that this week, that you take the time this week, that you can find yourself. Maybe you've got disconnected along the way. Maybe so many of you have said in the chat already that you want to find your self belief, that you want to find your confidence again, that you are looking for that. So we are going to really talk about reclaiming your power this week. We're going to do some exercises to help you do that. We're going to really pull back from being these little scared, shy people who are not, because none of us are that. If any of you were that way, you wouldn't be sitting here right now. You're all here for a reason. Yeah. So tonight's all about setting the stage for this really powerful work. And we're going to do a little bit of a mini activation shortly. I just want to let everybody have time to get in. Okay. Lisa, I need to work but can't take that step. That's okay. We'll figure something out. We can. Do you know what? My answer to life is that there's always a way. It just doesn't have to be the way everybody else tells you. And usually we find that answer in here. In fact, every time we find that answer in here, and that's what it's all about. So I'm just going to have a quick check in comments. And you're in your 50s now, so time for you to say, I love it. Yeah, I absolutely love it. I think I'm definitely thinking that my new catchphrase is definitely feral at 50. It just makes me giggle. It just makes me like, oh yes, I like that. Although I had a friend who's in her 60s and she goes, oh, it gets even better then. And I'm like, no way, can't get any better. But it's good. Okay, but let's bring this into what's happening tonight, okay? Because you're all here and it's lovely to have you here. But there's a reason you're here tonight, or there's a reason that you're catching this on the replay if you couldn't make it live. Something inside you knows that you're meant for more. Something inside you knows that you are not here to just go through life on autopilot, to eat, sleep, work, repeat. Yeah, to be weighed down by that noise in the world and that chaos out there, right? You're here. You're in this space. Yeah, you're in this space and you're with us all. Yeah, Lisa, that's what I do. I like to include my spaces are always about including people. I'd like to have you all here. The fact that you guys have shown up live for me is amazing, and I like to mention that you're here. So thank you. But you're here. All of you are here because you feel the call. All of you signed up for this event because you feel the call to reconnect, to reclaim your power, to take your place as a way shower, as a light bringer, as a person who's ready to stand and go, enough of the bullshit, I'm ready to go here. Particularly in these times, I feel that in these times, the spiritual industry in particular is going to be massively called. It's up to us to be the change that we want to see in the world. It starts with us. We can then be the people with the light going, come this way. And that's powerful. That is powerful as, right? Because over this next week, you're going to really feel how powerful this call is. I have been feeling this pull and this. This is why I put this event together in the way that I have, because I really want it to connect to that fire. I want it to connect to this energy, to this she wolf energy, this wildness, this untamed vibe. Yeah. It's about bringing this in and really allowing yourself to do this. And it's so, the reason I've done this as a free event as well is that I know not everybody's in a position to be able to come and work with me. However, this week we can work together completely free. So ask the questions, use the time. That's what I'm here for. Okay. I have blocked out this entire week to give to you guys. Even my circle people who are here, some of my circle people are here. Give me a one if you're in the circle. Um, so that people know that you're here. My circle people are here because I've said to them, listen, I'm not running a live session in circle this week because I wanted to devote the time to the free event. Come in and join us here. And what's beautiful is my circle folks come in and they help and they share. Two of your ambassadors this week are from the circle, Linda and Natalie, and I'll tell you a little bit more about them later. But it's beautiful to have them here. There's my little circle members dropping their ones in, loving it. So it's really nice to see you all here. Because here's the thing, we feel this call. I really do feel like I think we're at a pivotal point in our history as humans. Yeah, we're at a pivotal point in our history as humans where it's up to us now to make a change. And it kind of has to get chaotic. I don't think that many of us will see the full extent of the change in our lifetime, but we're here at the start of this unraveling that's happening right now. You can see the unraveling happening in world circumstances and the chaos that's going on in the world. The old ways are starting to break. And it does feel frightening, it feels scary, and the temptation is to pull it down. But you guys are all here because you feel the call to go, no, I need to step into who I am because that's what makes a difference. And as we step into that energy and into that power, it's really, really, really amazing for us to then do it together. So whether it's in this free container, whether you choose to step into the circle as the opportunity comes along later this week, because full transparency, I will be inviting you to come into the circle, but you're under no obligation to do that. You're more than welcome to just take this week, take what you can from it, use it, take it out into the world. Please take it out into the world. Yeah. Share this with as many people as you can. Share it's in the group, but obviously share the sign up link, get as many people in as you can because this is important. Doing this work alone is really powerful. But when we come together like this, when we come into these spaces and we stand side by side and we reclaim our power, we remember who we are. Yeah. It creates something much bigger than all of us. It creates a bigger movement. And I do believe that that's what the spiritual industry is being called to do. I really, really do think that is what the spiritual industry is here for. We are now here to be those way showers to go, there is a better way than living in fear and playing small. Because can you imagine? Can you imagine how amazing it would be if every single person took back their power, their soulful power, that they stepped into who they really were, that they followed their passions and what lit them up? It would naturally make a much nicer world. Okay, so why don't we start? Because the only way we get change is starting by the person looking at you in the mirror. Yeah. So we can be that force of love, we can be that force of change, we can be that force of healing. And that's what this event's all about, and that's what the circle's all about. I'll be telling you more about the circle later in the week, and you can make your decisions later. If you want to ask about it, ask about it. There's circle members here, they'll answer you. Okay, so that's what we're here for. So before we go any further, we're going to set some intentions. Okay. So we're going to be thinking about why you've said yes to this, what part of you wanted to be here, what did you want to receive from the space, right? So you'll be thinking about all these things and what you are reclaiming for you this week. So in order to help us do that, we're going to just take a few minutes just to close our eyes down and go into a little bit of a short guided meditation activation, whatever you want to call it. Okay. So make yourself, if it's safe to do so. So obviously, if you're listening in the States, it's maybe mid-afternoon and you're maybe out and about. So if you can't close your eyes down at this point, if it's not safe for you, please don't. Don't want to be responsible for any accidents. If it is safe for you to do so, then we're going to take a moment to pop into our into ourselves and close our eyes down. If it's not safe, just listen in and you can do this little bit again later. Okay. So we're about 20 minutes in for a timestamp if you're wanting to come back to it. But if it's safe, I invite you to close your eyes and just give yourself permission to be here now. Okay. I just want you to take a beautiful deep breath in and just hold it for a little second and then just allow it to sigh out. And just maybe do that a couple of times, just really letting your shoulders come down, letting go of any stress, any tension, any worries, any concerns, just letting it all go. And just feel yourself really sinking into this space, into yourself, arriving home inside yourself. That helps you to really focus. You might want to place your hands on your heart and just allow yourself to really come within. The outside world can wait. Right now, there's nowhere else you need to be. You're here, you're safe, and you can be exactly who you want to be. Just breathe into that for a little moment. And with every breath, as you breathe into this, I want you to imagine, feel, sense, know, experience in whatever way feels right for you. Imagine a beautiful golden light glowing at the center of your chest. This is your power, your soul, your truth, the part of you that's always known who you are, even when the world tried to make you forget. Just allow that light to begin to grow stronger with each breath. That's your light. And notice, has that light been dimmed over the years? Has it been hidden? Has it been hidden beneath expectations and fears and the noise of the world? And it's time to let it shine. It's time to let it out. Because your power was never lost. It's always been here. It's been waiting for you to reclaim it again. Just allow yourself to feel whatever needs to be felt. If emotions come up, allow them. That energy and motion move through you as you breathe and begin to reconnect to who you really are. Feeling this golden light now beginning to grow with every breath. It expands warmer, stronger, untamed, unleashed, unstoppable. This is you. The you that existed before the world told you who to be. the you that is limitless, powerful, and free, confident, joyful, content, living life on purpose. Just lean into how that feels. As this light grows, I want you to hear these words, not just in your mind, but to feel them in your soul. I am untamed. I am unstoppable. My power is mine, and I reclaim it now. You might want to sit with that for a moment. I am untamed. I am unstoppable. My power is mine. I reclaim it now. I am untamed. I am unstoppable. My power is mine, and I reclaim it now. Just breathe into that and then imagine this golden light expanding beyond you. Feel it connecting to the others in this space, to the rest of the people on this call, in this group, whether live on the call or watching later, holding the energy. This sacred circle of light bringers, rebels, way showers. You're not alone. You were never meant to do this alone. It's time to remember who you are. It's taking a deep breath in, locking this truth into yourselves, into your being. And just take 3 beautiful deep breaths in to really hold this energy within your body. And then when you're ready, you can exhale nice and slowly and gently and come back into this space. We just taking a little moment to stretch. When you feel ready, you can open your eyes. And then drop a thought into the comment. How does that feel? How do you feel now? Just take a moment to come back into this space. There is no rush. Have a little water. Just allow yourself that moment to recalibrate. How do we feel? Yeah. How does that energy feel inside you now? Let me know in the comments. I always like to place my hands on my heart when I do something like that because it really helps me come in. Powerful, Anne Marie. Good. You're all tingly, like stronger and more powerful. Good, Elaine. Love that. Love that. Just going to have a quick look at the comments from earlier in case I missed anything. Let me see. You're welcome, Elaine. Let me see. Karen says, shine your weird little light and attract your tribe. Hinted soft circle. I love that, Karen. Um, Wendy said previously, I still hold myself back even though I'm here for more. There's still some fear. That's okay. Um, yes, we love the weird. Good stuff. Yes, Wendy is saying the collective needs to come back to their hearts and remember who they are, not who they've been told to be. You're welcome, Caroline. Coming together in community is so powerful. So let me see how you're feeling. So Lisa's all tingly. Elaine feels stronger and more powerful. Anne Marie says that was very powerful. Natalie got excitement. I was seeing myself as a little girl dancing about a garden barefoot in the sunshine. Yeah, when did we lose that? Yeah. Trish is emotional. Good. Let those emotions out. Leslie, strong and alert. Good. That felt incredible. My hands felt like they were on fire. Good. That's your Reiki, isn't it? Saw yourself standing on a hill shouting those words while holding your shamanic drum and you're yes. Oh my God. And yes. And lead these shamanic things, get them out into the world. Come and have a chat with me. We need to talk about this. Susan, feel very at peace, like you're on your way to get the confidence back. Yes, that you used to have. I love it. Lynn says, I was conscious of myself already sitting up straighter and stronger while you were talking. Good, good. Karen, my solar plexus is a fiery yellow. Yes, Linda's fired up. Jenny, thanks, Debbie. I really needed that. You're so welcome. I hope you're feeling better, love. I know you haven't been well. So, okay. That's just a little snippet of what we're going to do this week. Who's excited? Drop me a drop me a two in the comments if you are excited to see what else is going to come up because literally that was what a 5 minute little activation. I'm going to tell you what's coming up this week so that you know what to expect. All right. So I know you've probably already seen this, but I just to recap for anybody who's just joined. So my body straightened up. I felt I was really receiving. Good. Okay, so see how powerful these little things are. Lisa's like, I'm excited. Toot, 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 toot. I love it. I love it. I love it. Anne's the same. Elaine's the same. Good stuff. All exciting for the twos. Linda's got a two. It's all really exciting. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. I am loving the energy you guys are bringing to this. Okay. So the more energy you guys bring into this space, the more energy I can give back. All right. This is how these things work. So I am loving all the twos. I keep them coming. Um, this is how these events work. Okay. The more energy you guys bring in, the more you get involved, the more you ask questions, and the more I can give back to you. Okay. If you don't ask questions, then I've nothing to answer. Yeah. So if you have any questions about how this week's going to run, drop them. You're more than welcome to ask them tonight. Tonight is about setting the stage. As we know, we set a powerful intention there to start to reclaim our power, and we've sent that group energy in. Okay. So we're going to hold this energy all week. Tomorrow, what is going to come up? So every day at 6 a.m., there will be a little recorded video. I'm not going to be up at 6 a.m. You don't have to be up at 6 a.m. I just drop it at that time so that if you are an early riser and you want to get it done before your day starts, then crack on. But a little recorded short video and task thread goes up at 6 a.m. every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So there's 5 of them. And in that little video, I explain what I want you to do, explain what the theme of the day is, what I want you to do. And there's a little short workbook. You can use the workbook if you want. You can print it off and use it to scribble your notes, or you can just use it for reference, or you can just ignore it. There's usually something else to download, maybe a guided meditation or maybe something else. Not every day. Okay. Because I wanted to shift this up a little bit. We'll do some of the meditation work and the visualization work in the live sessions. So that's okay, Josie. No dramas. Um, so we can do that. Okay, so every morning those task threads will come up. So that gives you some time to do them at 2 p.m. These are all UK times. So if you're in the States, I appreciate some of these times will be really weird for you. You just come and join us as and when you can. Okay, don't stress. I will be in the group all week mopping things up, and I've got two fabulous ambassadors that I'm going to tell you about as well who's going to help to do that as well. So every day at 2 o'clock there will be a AMA thread, ask me anything. And I mean, ask me anything. You have got access to me for a week. What are your burning questions that you want to know about spirituality, about energetics, about tarot, about spirit guides, about shamanism, about Reiki, about whatever, right? Ask me anything. Clues in the name, right? So please ask. Notoriously, these little task or these question threads go a bit quiet and people don't ask. Would you please not be shy? Because you're all untamed. You're all unstoppable. So no shy barons in here, please. Okay. And then every evening at 7 o'clock, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday this week, 7 p.m. every night, I will be live in this space in the group in the same way as I am tonight. And I will be interacting with you in the chat. I will be interacting with you, answering the questions that have come up, going through any comments that people have put into the task thread, any responses to the task that have gone into the task thread, any questions in the question and answer thread. The reason they are in separate threads is to try and keep the group organized. You will also see that only me and the ambassadors can post in the group. Okay. And that's again deliberate to try and keep it it can post a new thread in the group. You can all comment, as you can see, you can comment and you can comment on the threads. The reason it's done that way is to try and keep it organized and structured. Otherwise, if everybody was sharing in separate posts, it gets really hard to manage. So every day's task thread, post your responses to the task in that thread. If you've questions, then you can put them in the Q&A, the AMA thread, and then you can come and join me if you can live at 7 p.m., which I think is 2 o'clock Eastern time for the Americans, or a little bit early, 11 a.m. for Pacific time. Um, no idea what time it is for the Australians. Sorry if I have Australians. I'm sorry, I'm not sure what time 2 or 7 p.m. is. It's probably ridiculously stupid o'clock in the morning for you the following day. But I will be live at that time to answer all your questions and to do a deeper dive. So we'll start going down some rabbit holes. Who's up for a good rabbit hole? And I taught Reiki yesterday, and I had 4 people in the class. It was one of the smallest classes I've had for ages, but you know what? There was a reason, and it was a beautiful class because we went down so many quantum rabbit holes yesterday. It was awesome. I had such good fun. So yeah, I think Anne Marie, if she's here, I think she was with me yesterday. It was good crack. But over the next 5 days, these are the things we're going to do. So on Monday, so tomorrow, we're going to really reclaim that power. So we're going to bring the energy that we started working with tonight, and we're going to go in even further. Okay. So we're going to reconnect to that I am presence deep within us. Okay. Because you were never meant to shrink. You were never meant to play small. So it's time to call that power back and understand then why maybe you feel stuck, and maybe we'll start to learn how to break free. So we're going to really start to connect to that I am. And tomorrow night, I'll dive much deeper into that concept, and we'll start to unpick it and start to understand a little bit more about energetics and about how we as human beings work. Okay. Um, Day two on Tuesday, then we're going to clear all the stuff. You know me, anybody who knows me knows I like me a little fire ritual. So we're going to get rid of I'm going to get rid of some old energy. You don't have to use fire. I actually have all 4 elements involved because I know that not everybody's a firebug like me. So we will clear the old energy and the old self-sabotage, right? And we're going to make room for the new you as you start to piece all these things together, right? And we're going to start looking at what needs to go so we can bring the new things in, what's holding you back, right? And that's perfect for this time of year with eclipse energy. We are being encouraged to cleanse, clear, declutter, get rid of stuff. Yeah. And to get rid of not just physical stuff, but emotional stuff, spiritual stuff, maybe old things that we used to do that actually don't resonate. And we're starting to pick all these things out. So that's what Tuesday's going to be all about. Wednesday is often the day that everybody loves the most. Wednesday is the day where we start to really tap into the oracle within, and we start to pick out your intuition. Yeah, and we start to we use cards and we use different tools to really start to get you to trust yourself, because a lot of this work comes with needing to trust who you are. Yeah, does that let me know if that makes sense? And on Wednesday as well, I will be telling you much more about the circle. And that's usually why everybody loves that day, because they find out a little bit more about what's going on, and we get to play the cards. So it's always a good day. And I will, on the Wednesday night, I'll do a little mini masterclass on card reading for you as well, for anybody who wants it. So you can let me know if you want that. On Thursday, day 4, we will then be embodying, and I mean embodying our warrior goddess, right? Enough of the playing small. You'll have had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Start getting ready for it, and we're going to step into that energy of her. We're going to step into that warrior goddess, that divine feminine, that fierce feminine energy. 2025 is the 9 universal year. It is a year of divine femininity. The divine feminine is not passive all the time. She's not just like this little soft thing. She can be fierce, and we're going to step in and pull that warrior energy in, because we need to activate that. In order for us to be who we came here to be, we have to be able to act. Okay, so we need to bring that feminine energy in. So we're going to do that with Venus in retrograde as well over the next 6 weeks. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a really good time. I'm looking forward to Thursday. It's going to be good fun. And then on Friday, we are going to integrate it all. On Friday, you will be writing yourself your sacred rebel manifesto. You will be creating that rebellion manifesto and contract with yourself as to how you're going to take this forward. Yeah. So let me know how that sounds. Let me know. Does that sound like something you're up for? Is there anything in particular that you really want to experience this week? Let me know in the chat. I'm going to have a quick look through these comments. So let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. All the twos. Caroline felt her heart open. Anne-Marie, you'll need this after a day's work. Yeah. Beautiful. Karen's grounded. Josie was in work, so it wasn't safe to do the meditation. Can't wait to do it later. That's okay. What a class group energy. I know, Karen, it's fiery, right? Isn't it? You look at that, Anne Marie. Standing solid, rooted to Mother Earth, she has you. Beautiful, Caroline. All the twos for Caroline. Josie's two. Everything that happens in here, Lisa. So you've said is that on Facebook is everything that happens this week for the free event is in this group. Okay, all of it is in this group. Soul Food Circle isn't in Facebook. Soul Food Circle is on a private website. It's just a website. So it's on a private website, and the Telegram group is how we communicate. So it's not on Facebook. It used to be, but so many members aren't on Facebook anymore that we moved. But this event, this entire event is all on Facebook. Okay, so every single thing that I talked about there, so all the task threads, all the AMAs, and every day me showing up live is going to be in this group. So bookmark this group, and that way you'll find it. You'll also get emails. Okay, so please make sure that you're getting my emails. All right, they might go into your spam folder. If they do, will you grab them and drag them into your inbox and mark my email address as a safe contact, and that way you should get them all. You'll be getting an email in the morning to tell you the task thread has gone live. You'll get one mid-afternoon to tell you the Q&A thread has gone up, and then you'll get one about 6:45 to remind you I'm going live. So you will get 3 emails every day from me. The frequency of those emails will stop after this week, so don't panic. Okay, if you're on my list and you're like, oh my god, she's emailing me 3 times a day, it's only because you're in this event. Okay, I don't normally email you 3 times a day. Email you usually once a week. If you're on my list, okay. Wendy loves a good rabbit hole, don't we all? Lisa loves the rabbit hole. Anne-Marie says, brilliant yesterday. It was such a good day yesterday. Karen loves the quantum head melter. So we've lots of quantum head melters inside the circle. Um, Linda loves the wee rabbit hole too. I love it. Karen, yay, love burning shit. Yes, yes, I know. I think I find my people. I think we find each other. Yeah, I think you're all in the same thing. I thought it was funny. Even the Great Master mentioned this last night. I love it. Definitely need to unlock it. Sounds amazing. Good. Linda loves a good dose of feminine energy. Yes to the firebugs. I have found my people. I love you guys. You're so good. Elaine sounds amazing. Emma sounds amazing. Leslie sounds great. Loving all this. Good, Lisa. Natalie says it'll be epic. It so will. Trish says ready for all of it. Can't wait. Lisa, thank you. You're welcome. Wendy, can't wait to experience everything this week. Thank you so much. You're so welcome. I love doing these. I absolutely love doing these because I get to meet so many amazing people. And I just, it lights me up inside. I love it. Let me tell you a little bit about your 2 ambassadors this week. Yes, Caroline opened to everything, getting out of your own way. I love it. Let me tell you about your 2 ambassadors this week. So I have 2 people helping me out. Um, Natalie, Natalie Bell, our own. Both these ladies are in the circle. Okay. Natalie's been in the circle, must be year and a half, must be nearly 2 years. I don't know. Natalie's an energy healer, channeler, guide for multidimensional frequencies and galactics. It's amazing. So Natalie's spiritual journey has just gone boom. And she has been in our circle. It's beautiful. I'm not going to take all or any of the credit for it. It's been all Natalie, but she has felt safe and felt held in the circle to explore that. And then she's been able to go into different spaces and other groups, and her confidence is growing so much. Natalie, you can maybe share how your confidence is growing, because I have seen you go from being quite scared and shy about sharing things to now being openly happy to share your spiritual journey, and that's so beautiful. It's my favorite thing. So Natalie will be around. She also has run several going beyond the veil sessions inside the circle, and she'll be running this at the end of this month. I'm away on business for a week, so I'm going to miss a Monday night for the first time in ages in the circle, but Natalie has agreed to step in, and she's going to be running a special channeling session with her guide. And she's got her friend Tracy King coming in to hold space for her to ask a question. So I know the members in the circle are really excited about that. So she's one of your ambassadors. So Natalie's in here. She's in asking, or here to help answer your questions, to jump in to, if you get stuck and it's something that you think Natalie can help with, then feel free. Okay. Linda Cummins is our other fabulous mentor and ambassador this week. So Linda is one of my founding members in Soul Food Circle. Linda and I have been working together probably, oh, it must be 3 or 4 years now. Linda started with me way back, I want to say it was 2020, 2021, back in a tarot group. And that tarot group eventually morphed into the circle. So Linda is a beautiful, solitary, eclectic garden witch, and she runs a business called Witchery Doodah, which is stunning. She creates the most beautiful artisan creations with really environmentally friendly, safe products. So beautiful, eco-aware, cruelty-free, handmade candles, melts, magical gifts. She does bespoke spells, and there might be a little surprise later this week for anybody who joins the circle, just saying. And bespoke tarot spread readings and stuff as well. So she is our circle's resident witch. And she runs sessions for us throughout the year and the wheel of the year as the Sabbats come around. So she's doing one this month as well. So both ambassadors are running a session this month in the circle, because for me, that's what it's about. The circle's about everybody getting involved. It's not just about me teaching, although I do a lot of teaching in the circle too. So the ambassadors are both here to help. If there's anything that you need, it was years ago, Linda. Um, if there's anything you need, that you can tag me, you can tag Linda, you can tag Natalie. Okay, please don't send the girls private messages. Just keep it in the group, would you? So that because if you have a question, the chances are that everybody will have that question, or other people will. So if you have a question for the ladies, please just ask it in the threads and tag them if it's for them, or you can just ask it in the threads and I'll be answering it anyway. Okay, does that make sense? Hopefully that does. So let me know. The reason I have put this all together, though, as I said, I didn't always feel in control. I didn't always feel like I had my shit together. I didn't always, I didn't always have it like in any shape or fashion the way it is now. And I wanted to sort of put this together, as I've said earlier, I wanted to put it together because I want you guys to come together in this space. I want you to reclaim your power. I want you to stand together. It's time in the world. But bigger than that, I wanted to put this together to show you what's possible when you do stand firm in your power. I didn't always feel this way. As a child growing up, I grew up in a very strict Christian household with a very, very Christian father and mother, made to go to church 3 times on a Sunday. It was as a teenager and starting to try and express myself, I was naturally more rebellious. It was just in me from I was born. And I butted heads quite a lot with my dad, but then he passed away suddenly when I was 14. And that caused me to build this big, massive wall of um, what I thought was protection. Yeah. What I thought was me trying to protect myself against the pain, because I was only 14 when it happened and he dropped very quickly, completely unexpectedly. And for the rest of my teenage years, I didn't want to rock the boat. As a child, I'd also learned not to rock the boat because of my family situation and how my parents had got together, and there was other half siblings and stuff involved. We'll not go down that rabbit hole tonight. We'll be here till next week. But long story short, the energetics I could feel were off. I didn't know why, but as a child, I could feel it was off. And I learned not to shine too much, and I learned not to be too much in case it annoyed people, or in case it sparked a fight, or in case it caused someone else offense. So I learned to play small very young. When dad died, then it caused me to shrink even further, and I put this big brick wall in place, and then I just became the good girl. And I went to university, and I went, got finished school, went to university, got married, bought the house, had the kids, got the car, had the cat, all the things. Still got the cat, not the same cat. Um, but did all those things, right? And on paper, in my 20s and stuff, in my 20s into my 30s, it looked like on paper that I had it sorted. I had a really good corporate job, had a nice car, a house, husband, kids, everything. But I was screaming inside. I felt completely out of control. It was like my boss had control over me. I had to be, I was starting to, my mum was elderly and I was starting to see that I was going to have to perhaps start to look after her. I was starting to see that everybody wanted a piece. Everybody wanted a piece, and it's really difficult. And I'm sure you guys resonate with this. I'm sure that you all have different roles and responsibilities. And it's really easy to forget who you are. And at one point, I was on 150 milligrams of fluoxetine every day just to function in my life. I was looking for the answers at the bottom of a bottle of wine on a Friday or Saturday night. Sometimes one bottle of wine wasn't enough, so I'd look at the end of two. I haven't had a drink now for 4.5 years, through my own choice. That it just was like, I don't want to do that anymore. And for me, I had so many opportunities. Looking back now, I can say I had so many opportunities to break out of that rut. My body was screaming at me. I was in chronic pain. I had chronic fatigue. I had all the stuff going on. I couldn't even, some days I could barely function. And I kept going on autopilot because that's what you did, right? And then I was made redundant. If any of you have read the story about the redundancies on my website on the About page, um, but essentially, my boss came and told me that it was, very sorry, but I'm going to have to make your position redundant. And then he tried to offer me, a job in the firm, doing something else, being a paralegal again, coming out of the IT department, being a paralegal again. But I knew that if I took that job, I would end up being unpaid IT support. So I went home, I cried, told my husband at the time. He asked me how I was going to fix it, not what we are going to do, but I'm going to do. And I realised then that things weren't quite right. And it was actually that night on the sofa. He was snoring upstairs, and I was really pissed off because I could hear him through the floorboards. And I was on the sofa, worrying sick about how we were going to make ends meet, what was going to happen, right? And the moon, I could see the moon through the blinds, and I went, the penny just drops, and I was like, when did I stop doing what I like to do? When did I stop being me? And I thought, I used to love to write. I used to love to paint. I used to love to, play with crystals and read cards. And I used to see spirit animals, and I used to actually be really into all this stuff. When did I stop? And I pulled it right back. And I was like, it's time. Nobody else is going to ride it. No big knight on a white horse is going to ride in and save me here. I've got to sort my own shit out. Went into work the next day, told the boss, thank you very much for your offer, but no thanks. It was like, thank you, Mr. Banker, but no deal. And it was like, right, see you. Got myself another job, which was crap, but it paid the bills. Made a decision that at that point, no one else was going to tell me how I lived my life. And that was the start. That was about 2008. And it didn't happen overnight. I'm not going to stand here and blow smoke up your ass and go, yeah, it was all fine. And then I waved a magic wand and it was wonderful, because it wasn't, it was shit. And for the next couple or 3 years, I was very lost. I didn't know what I was doing. I just knew what I was doing wasn't what I wanted to do. And I was trying to figure it out. And I was like, I have to try and figure this out, because this is not who I want to be. Got off the antidepressants, started going to the gym, started looking after myself. Um, at that time, don't go to the gym anymore because can't be honest, can't be bothered. Made the decision that I reckon the only reason I keep coming back to Earth is because Spirit reminds me that I can have chocolate when I come here. Otherwise, I just float about being somebody's spirit guide. Um, but for a couple of years, it was a bit shit. But then Reiki found me. Reiki found me in 2011, and that was the game changer. That was the absolute game changer, because Reiki made me slow down. It made me listen to myself. It made me breathe. It made me meditate. It gave me time to actually with me. And I started to remember who I was. And when I did my master training in 2012, the walls that I had carefully constructed at the age of 14 came crashing down, along with all the emotional pain over the last, God knows how many number of years. Yeah. So I was potentially, what age? 2012. Well, it's not brilliant for me. I was nearly 40 at that point. So I was in my late 30s, and I had a lot of angst and pain stored. And I stayed in bed for about 3 days when those walls came down, because it was fucking painful and sore. And anybody who tells you healing is easy is a liar. So see if anybody's all like, it's so easy and it's all lovely and fluffy bunnies. Oh, fuck off. No, it's not. So That's my stall on that. Painful. But I put myself back together. I made the changes I needed to make. Marriage ended. Realized my best friend who'd supported me the whole way through was the person I needed to be with, and I've been with her since then. We are in our own lovely relationship now and have been for the last 12, nearly 13 years. Shifted things massively, moved jobs, still in another IT job, and used that as a stepping stone. But my mindset shifted. I was like, this is no longer the prison I'm making it. And we're going to talk about that this week, about how we can reframe things, how we can pull things back and pull it back round so that we can use our obstacles as fuel to get us to where we need to be. Because it's all about how we choose to think about it, how we choose to see it. And from that space, then I started to make the decision of what I was going to do. And I started to run. Because 2010, I found crystals. 2011 was Reiki. 2012 was my master. 2012 was the game changer year. Rocks and Rituals, the business as such, was in its infancy in 2010. And I was trying to do crystal healing in the town that I live in. It was far too woo woo for people back then. So I had to do aromatherapy, reflexology, all the normal stuff, but that wasn't what I wanted to do. And as the years went on, I moved more and more and more into energetics, more and more into spiritual work, more and more into this work that I'm doing now. And now I'm so super blessed because I have this beautiful circle of people. Yeah. I also have a business arm doing business coaching, and then we have a VIP space. It's a lovely space. And then I have time where I can sit and paint, where I can paint my little pictures, and I can do what I want to do, and I can be the artist I came here to be, and I can write. There's a little book in the making, so you'll hear more about that later. But that feeling of powerlessness, that day I was made redundant, I swore I was never letting anybody pull the rug out from under me again, and that fire has stayed in my belly. And it wasn't always easy. And there were still moments of growth from 2012 onward. Like from 2012, there was so many things. I could bore you all night with my story, but I'm not going to, because I value your time. And I know that Sunday evening you want to spend some time with your family, or Sunday afternoon if you're in the States. But what I really want you to, the reason I'm telling you this story is that there is always hope, but you have to be the one that stands up to make the difference. You have to be the one that goes, no, I'm not going to do it this way anymore. I'm going to shift things. I'm going to save me because nobody else is going to come in and do it. And that's why we're here this week. Okay. That's why we're here this week. To save ourselves, to be in our power, and to maybe make a difference. Because can you imagine what ripple effect we are going to create this week? I had a beautiful, any of you who know me know that I am wild for continually learning. I'm always learning something. I'm always finding something new. Because for me, the way I like to look at this is, if you're going to trust me by coming into my spaces and my circles, I want to make sure I am the best teacher I can be for you. So that means that I need to keep improving my skills. So I am continually learning. And I'm in the midst of doing beautiful work with Melissa Amos in Soul School. So we're doing quantum regression, we're doing Akashic Records, doing new different attunements, psychotherapeutic interventions, big words. Lots of different things that we're doing, and I'll be bringing that into the circle. I'm also doing a human design course at the moment as well, so that's so exciting to bring that in. But as part of this, the work I'm doing with Melissa, a couple of weeks ago, I had a beautiful attunement experience, and in that experience, later on, during the experience was profound, but later on at night, as I slept, I had these real deep conversations. I jokingly said it's like conversations with God, but I was shown the quantum field, and I was shown how each and every one of us, it's like little threads in a tapestry that we're all weaving. And that every thought, every word, every intention, every action, everything we do ripples into that quantum field of possibility. And it shapes the reality that each and every one of us have. And depending on our frequency, we see different realities depending on where we are on that frequency scale. So imagine if we all came together and we started to tip the balance of that frequency, we started to raise that frequency up, so that the very thought of war and fighting and violence and subjugation of women and all the shit that's in the world was absolutely abhorrent. What if we came together and taking our power back and chose to focus on love and to focus on joy and focus on the things that light us up? because I don't know if you've seen it, the Map of Consciousness Explained, brilliant book, right? This book by Dr. David Hawkins. This one, The Map of Consciousness Explained. If you haven't got this book, go get it. It's really, really good. This book, there's a part in it where there's been lots of maths done about frequency, energetic frequencies. And one person holding the frequency of unconditional love can hold the balance for 750,000 people. So if you think that one person can't make a difference, think again, because you could be that difference. How does that make you feel? While you tell me in the comments how that makes you feel, I'm going to take a look at what you've been saying, because I've been talking for a while and I haven't seen the comments. Yes, Linda's candles and melts are divine, Natalie, they really are. Click all the love is being shared. You're all gorgeous. Oh, thanks, Natalie. Yes, I do like to give you guys opportunities to run circle nights, because for me, it's about as you step into the circle and into the spaces that I run. For me, as your mentor, there's nothing more. I love nothing more than watching you grow in confidence. And actually, if running a session in the circle helps you grow in confidence, then run a session in the circle where it's safe for you to do that. Love that. Everybody wants a piece. Yeah, at least everybody does normally want a piece of us. And this is where it's really important for us to start pulling our boundaries in place. But we have to know who we are, and we have to know what we want, and we have to know what's important to us before we can put those boundaries in place. So sometimes we try and put boundaries in place and then it feels weird and it feels selfish and it feels awkward, and then we drop them and then we end up feeling worse about ourselves. So if we flip it on its head and turn it and say, no, actually, I need to understand myself first, and I need to understand why this boundary is important so that I can honor it going forward. Linda, oh, thank you. Help, encouragement, supports helped you to confidently step into being you. Yes, your live stream. Linda used to be a lawyer, folks. She used to be a lawyer. Now she's a witch. Your husband does that snore? Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Anne Marie. Big hugs. C.S. Lewis, I sat with anger long enough until she told me her name was grief. So true. Anger is the first thing. And we actually have a grief recovery specialist coming into the circle on Monday, the 10th of March. The gorgeous Laura Evans, who's a fantastic grief recovery specialist, is coming in. I have guest experts come into the circle all the time. And Laura's coming in to tell us about the 14 different types of grief and how we can move through them. I'm really excited because I've been to one of her sessions before. So yeah. Your favorite word is shit too. I love it. Natalie, this is why you're a good mentor, because you're so real. Thank you. Oh, Elaine, my story resonates with you. I'm glad. Um, Wendy, hope is what helped me get through some of my darkest times. There's always hope. Always hope. Len, you're so welcome. The shift will be immense. Mind blowing. I'll be in the confessional again. Linda's always in the confessional. So the confessional, for those of you who are going, what the hell is the confessional? I was going to show you, but I can't because I'm using my phone. The confessional in our Telegram, in our members Telegram group, we have threads, and one of them is called the confessional. It started as a joke, primarily because I'm never out of Amazon or Hay House or somewhere buying cards and buying books and buying Waterstones is another one that gets hit quite hard. But I'm never done buying wee bits and pieces. And then somebody will go, "Where those are nice cards." So I'll be like showing, I'll be showing a card like this, and they'll go, "What's that card?" And I'll be like, "Oh, it's the Angels and Ancestors deck by Cal Gray." And then they go, "Oh, that's nice." And then they buy it. And then what happened was when I was teaching tarot every week, or we're doing our tarot calls every month, I was using the Lightseers tarot. So then, of course, now I think 90% of the circle now uses Lightseers. So we created a confessional space where we now drop in our little purchases and our guilty pleasures. Linda's the biggest culprit. I'm just going to put it out there. I'm going to put it out there. She's not really, but I just tease her. I love it. Love it. It is mind blowing that one person can hold the balance for the 750,000. Yeah, it really is. It is that this book, The Map of Consciousness Explained by Dr. David R. Hawkins. Really, really, really good book. Definitely. You just bought that book in Audible. Definitely, it's good, inspiring, good. A group of 50. Karen says a group of 50 of us shared a Reiki session for all the animals in the world on Valentine's Night. How beautiful! And I loved that it was energetically tipping the balance and as my two fingers to the nonsense in the world, all with love. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. This is how we make a difference, right? Trish, that resonates so with my path, very powerful. You're so welcome. Um, the whole universe had to be created so this moment with us all together, isn't that crazy and beautiful? Yes, it's beautiful, and I love it. And that was the sort of stuff I was shown in that quantum field, that everything, everything, there's an infinite range of possibilities, and time exists here so that consciousness can collapse down into matter and create what we can see as our reality right now. Love that. Time is now. Natalie says, I need to stop buying books as I never get around to reading them all. I know, but I would rather look at them than look for them. Okay. I would rather look at them than look for them. Okay. How are we all feeling? I'm going to wrap this up very shortly now because I know that you've all got lives. I want to try and really keep us focused this week because I can talk and I could talk for hours, but I don't want anybody, particularly those having to watch the replay, having to scroll through hours and hours and hours of me just chuttering on. So let me know how you're all feeling. Because as we move into this work and this week together, I want you to remember this. The world has tried to tell you who to be. It has tried to make you smaller. It has tried to make you quieter, particularly as a woman. It has tried to make you easier to manage. That's not who you are. Sure, it's not. You are untamed. You are unstoppable, and that's why you're here. Okay? Every time you choose to stand in that truth, you send ripples out into the world. So let's start those ripples right here, right now, because when we reclaim our power, we don't just change ourselves, we change everything. And that's what we're going to do this week. So I love it. I love it. I'm just going to read the last of the comments and I'm going to let you guys go. Any last questions, anything you want to know before I sign off, let me know in the comments now. Natalie, we're also interconnected. We are. And feels energized and hopeful and open. I love it. I love it. So much more connected than we realized. Grateful, says Jenny. You're a book dragon. I am a book hoarder. Love that. Yes, book dragon. Excited to see what this week will bring me to soon. We are most powerful and magnetic when we are our true, authentic self. Perfect words, Wendy, to end the session. Perfect, perfect words. Folks, if you have questions, ask them as the week goes on, okay? Please don't be shy. All right. Thank you so, so much for spending this evening with me, for spending this last hour, just 70 minutes or so with me. It's been so, so beautiful to spend tonight with you. It's been lovely. So many of you were here live. As I say, please feel free to share the Untamed and Unstoppable sign up link with anybody you feel that would benefit from this work. Let's make it the more the merrier. Send them the link so they can sign up and they can actually get all the group stuff. And I am so, so pleased to do this with you. I will see you tomorrow night live at 7 o'clock, but your first task will drop at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. So in about 10 hours' time, the first task will come in. Tomorrow's is based around a guided meditation. So there is a short guided meditation for you to try. And we're going to step into our I am presence. Q&A thread will be up then at 2 o'clock. If you have any questions, you can throw them in there. And then I'll be live in the group at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. So can't wait to get properly started with you. But what I would love you to do is to just really think about your full intentions for this. If you haven't already introduced yourself in the intro thread in the group, go and do it now while you're here. And tell me in the other one. There's 2 threads pinned to the featured posts section in the group. And if you haven't already been in those, please go. Please tell me who you are and what you want to get out of this week. Thank you so, so much. It's been lovely to meet you all tonight. And I will speak to you all again tomorrow. Have a good one.